Hi, folks. It's Will with StretchingTeacher.com, and this is 5 minutes to make you love stretching. As a yoga teacher for more than 15 years now, I hear it a lot. I know I need a stretch, but it's hard to find the time. Well, I think it's hard to find the time because stretching feels like we're dealing with something negative, tightnesses in the body that are in our way. They limit us from doing what we want to do, whether it's sitting and concentrating on work or doing a physical activity, even doing yoga. So the brain figures out how to avoid those feelings, ignoring them to finish whatever we're doing, subtly changing how we use the body to avoid those tight feelings, which, as we know, can only make those parts of the body tighter and weaker and restricting how we move until bang, there's a painful feeling somewhere. A negative, disappointing, limiting feeling. So the relationship between the brain and that part of the body becomes avoidance or compensation or outright negativity. So what if you could change all that? What if instead of avoiding or negatively reacting to tension in the body, you made a habit of proactively looking for it? It's all in what we think about. If we can make finding the tightness in the muscles and joints our goal, our success, we can make stretching a huge positive in our daily life. I figured this out for myself after 18 years of regular yoga. It left me with tight hips and tight shoulders and weak abdominals muscles. My poses looked fine, but I was actually avoiding tightnesses in my muscles and joints. So I decided I needed a new approach and began, instead of judging how my poses looked, which is kind of the main thing in popular yoga today, I started noticing how they felt. I started actually prioritizing the stretching feelings and celebrating my ability to find them. Now it feels so good that I want to stretch every day. Not because I should or need to find the time, but because I want the feelings. That simple stretch feeling means three things all at once. Number one, new range of motion and blood circulation to that place in the body. Number two, it means that I'm using muscles differently to get me to that place. And number three, it's a new connection between the brain and that part of the body, all from regularly finding the tightnesses in a positive way. So now, when I'm going through my poses and I get to that place of tension, instead of thinking, oh, I can't do this pose because of tightness, I think, good, I found what I'm looking for. That's my success. There's my blood flow. There's my range of motion. There's my muscle firing. And there's my brain overcoming that initial negativity. And there come the more open hips and the more open shoulders and the strength in the core and that positive attitude between my brain and my body. I'm 51 now. So I know that that positive mind-body connection is only going to get more important from here on out. And my results aren't even the most dramatic. You can use this stretching approach to be like Fred, whose back pain is a distant memory, or like Anne, whose core muscles are way stronger than they've ever been, or like Penny, who doesn't even think anymore about getting shots for her knee pain. So if you like this stretching approach, I teach a limited number of classes through stretchingteacher.com every week, and I can guide you if you need. So let's start. Stand up, toes and heels touching each other. Bring your hands under your chin, knuckles touching your chin, and breathe in by your nose as you bring your elbows up until you find where your armpits are tight. And then exhale, head up, elbows forward and touch. Push your knuckles into your chin until you find where your throat is tight. And then inhale, head down. Suck your stomach muscles all the way in and lift your elbows all the way up. Find where your ribs are tight. Exhale, head up, elbows forward. So we're just looking for tightnesses. Throat, and then point your elbows forward and up till you find where your shoulders are tight. Inhale, head down. Suck your stomach in. Arms up. Just look for the tightnesses. Exhale, head up, elbows forward to touch. Those are the successes, the targets, the goals, throat muscles and shoulders muscles. And that's enough. Arms down to the sides, arms over your head, palms together, interlace your fingers. Reach up and find where your armpits are tight again. Then come down to your right and especially find where your left armpit and left rib cage and left hips are tight. Lean into your heels and then reach one more time and push your hips to the left one more time and then change. Come back up, reach up, get your armpits and shoulders uncomfortable again. And then come down to your left, right armpit, right ribs, right hip, lean into your heels and one more reach and push and then change. Come back up, drop your head back, find where your throat's tight, reach your arms back, where are your chest muscles tight, hips forward, where are the fronts of your hips tight, what do your legs muscles do when you lean back into your heels? Reach all the way and then change. Come back up, suck your stomach muscles in and reach forward. And on your way down, with your stomach in, notice how far forward you can reach. Just measure this distance between your fingers and the floor, and remember that so we can check afterwards. Suck your stomach in again, bend your right knee forward and your left hip backward, and find where your left hip is tight. Left glute muscles. Stomach in when it gets tired, and then switch. Bend your left knee forward and your right hip backward. Stomach in. Find the tightnesses, right button muscle, hip, kidney area, hamstrings, and then bend your right knee again. So you're bending both of your knees. Grab your legs from behind, elbows behind your legs, and pull and stretch your head down. Find where your shoulders are tight. Suck your stomach in and push your knees back to find where your hamstrings are tight. Just find it, and then stomach in as you come back up. Right foot, step to the right, 6 inches apart, feet parallel. Grab your thighs and sit down just a bit until your thighs contract. Don't go so low that you're going to start fighting gravity and get tired. Tilt your pelvis back like a duck butt action until you really feel where your hips joints are. Reach your arms forward until you feel where your shoulders joints are, and then exaggerate. The hips back and the arms forward and change. Come up second part. Keep your arms there. Stand up on your toes maximum. Sit down on the tops of your toes just to where your thighs contract. Don't get tired. Tilt your pelvis back. Where are the tightnesses in your hips joints? Reach your arms forward. Where are the tightnesses in your shoulders? And then change. Come up third part. Keep your arms making the pressure in your shoulders. Come up a little bit on your toes. Bring your knees to touch. Sit down just a bit until you know your thighs have contracted. Tilt your pelvis back. Where are your hips tight? Reach your arms. Where are your shoulders tight? And then change. Come up. Bring your right arm under your left arm and pull your elbows in and down until you find where your shoulders are tight. Don't worry what it looks like. Make the feelings in your shoulders. Sit down a bit. Right leg up and over. And then tilt your pelvis back again. Find where your hips muscles are tight. And then one more exaggeration. Hips back, arms down, and then change. Looking for the limits. Left arm under your right arm. Pull your arms in and down. Sit down until your thighs contract. Left leg up and over. Not worried about how far the leg gets, worrying about what the feelings are. Hips back. Pull your arms down. And then change. Come back up. And let's measure. Suck your stomach muscles in. Remember your distance before. Reach forward with your stomach in. And notice already how much farther you can reach forward. Just with that little bit of listening. Suck your stomach in. Come back up. Let's do one breath. Shoulders back. Breathe in. Make your rib cage feel this. And nice stretching, everybody. Come see us at stretchingteacher.com.